All right, folks. Welcome back to Siege Plays Skull. So we got some good news and some bad news. The good news is we're playing Skull. Great game, possibly game of the year, coming out in January. It's a bit early to say something like that, but pretty confident especially if they release more content. Anyway, good news. Playing this game, it's awesome. Awful news. We did lose an episode due to my own stupidity. I must have paused it to let the puppy out, stopped recording instead, and it just well, long story short, you didn't miss a whole lot, but I did get legendary thief, which is called the outlaw. Good character. He has some iframe abilities, which are great. We probably won't shoot to get him again on purpose unless we just have a run that kind of falls that way. We're not going to push to see a skull that we've seen, but thief is good already, so it's very likely we'll see him again. Just in the natural course of things. Um, Skeleton Pike is good. Charge is my favorite ability on Skeleton Pike. Any dash ability that does AoE is great. And then Bottled Embers is really strong early game. That burn damage. I didn't even pay attention to what buff that was. I might be a buff after killing things. Not sure. It's not the health shield, which is really the only one I love. Health shield doesn't persist any longer than the other buffs, but the benefits you get from it are essentially permanent, because if it saves you health in the early game, it's health you get in late game, even if you don't have the shield still. We'll take 2 damage from that cloud, but we have some health orbs on standby, so we don't really care. Alright. Scaldor already is great. And this boy here will also give us a skull, so we have the potential to get some really good skull fragments here. If this doesn't give us just good skulls in general. We're not using our ability nearly as much as we should be, considering how much I talked it up. It's great AoE damage. I just must be a little out of sorts. Alright, what do we have here? Thief Skull's good, but I don't love throw gold. There's the argument to be made that Thief as a character gives us more gold than we lose from using the ability, but if I make that argument, then it ruins the narrative I'm trying to set up for myself here. Let's take this. Let's keep going with the Pike boy and see how it goes. There was a patch for this game last night, I believe. I have not played since the patch, but apparently the first boss, mini boss, the hero, is harder in some way. I honestly didn't read the full patch notes. A lot of it was bug fixes, which is not uncommon for a game like this on release. But there were some adjustments to damage numbers and difficult parts of the game, spikes, things like that. Um, I think, yeah. So the way I judge this is if it says skeleton in the name of like the starting skeleton, then it counts as a skeleton soldier, or the description says one of the unknown skeleton soldiers. So Draftstone will affect it, which is great, and we might keep Draftstone for a while just because we might be upgrading this character for a bit. All right. Is this man more difficult? I don't know. I think I heard. So they said they made it more difficult in the dev notes. Excellent, makes sense. These guys have never really been too difficult, he says as he takes a hit. But I also thought it said that they lowered the damage threshold for interrupting their power up, which would make it easier, not harder. So, is that the case? I don't know. I'm taking so much damage here. Um, okay, yeah. So he broke out of that super easy. So I think their intent is that you're supposed to break him out of that pretty much every time, and I think they just want you to be able to do that a little more consistently, which is fine. Okay, we took a lot of damage. Alchemist is fine. Dwarf can be good, and I think with Pikeman it might be great for right now. Pikeman's attack is pretty fast, and it's even faster with that. So let's try it. Won't gain a second ability here. This is only gonna put us to rare, but it will just increase some stuff here. We don't really have a whole lot going on for our dash attack right now, but maybe with some better items, we'll start buffing it up. And we really just need to look for that stuff. Hopefully, I didn't miss a dashed item on the first shot, though it's very possible. Um, it's hard to beat 30% increase of both types of damage, though, so I don't really feel too bad, even if there was a dash item there. All right, Rare Skull. Yeah, Minotaur, he's good, but if we push really hard, maybe we can get enough skulls to upgrade Pikeman after the first main boss, the Yggdrasil, the Ent, which they lowered his health. I remember seeing. I think that's fine. Even if they lowered his health and raised his damage, which I don't think they did, but if they had done that, I would have been fine with it because um, it's really just a test of whether or not you know the fight's mechanics and can dodge them, which every boss is, I guess. But in the case of Yggdrasil, it just felt like it dragged on too much. But I guess we'll find out when we get there. If we get there. No, we'll get there for sure. All right. Not dash, not dash. We do like XP, or not XP, gold and HP. So yeah, we'll take this. This is an investment in our future, like buying GameStop stock, right? Okay. We should probably use the activatable on this. True damage is no joke. Yeah, we're just shredding things if we actually use it. Nope. Too much of a jump there. All right. See if we can get more skulls. We would have to get a unique or better to be able to upgrade at the spider next, but it's all right. And next episode we'll have a little surprise as well, which will be nice, but I'm not telling you yet. All right. Carling Gate takes us to the Ent Yggdrasil. All right. Let's see if he dies faster. I don't know. We do quite a bit of damage already just with our basic attack. I'm wondering if we'll really be able to tell that he has less health. Probably be helpful if we could hit him as well. He might be going down faster. It's really hard to tell. We'll save our dash for when we need to dodge something, which now is fine. We'll save our quintessence for this phase. All right, dodge twice. Is this a speed skull? This is a speed skull. Okay. Pop this and try to get some true damage in there. Am I really too short to hit, like, consistently from the branch? It's unfortunate. So this attack allows us to hit him a little bit more. It does not originate from his face. Yeah, great. Fantastic. Big deal, which we love. And we'll take Warrior's Pauldrons. What does Fortress do again? Generates a shield. Great. Max HP from Heart, from this and the other. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. I wish we had more skeleton fragments, but ain't that the way it always be? All right, Mr. Shrine. Help me kill your friends. Thank you. Um, all we had to do was face him, and we would have not taken any damage there. You can frick right off with your fireballs. So we haven't really been focused on dashing attacks, and with it doing 7 damage right now, I'm not sure we should be. Swapping stiffens. We get more Fortress, which is probably good, um, and Mutant, which is a good synergy for the item we just picked up, even though we don't really want to swap to Skull at the moment. Yeah. Really not a whole lot to say. Why is her head on fire? It's because she's burning. Is that an effect I've never seen before? I was just they're like glowing red. I don't know why I behaved like we had some kind of damaging quintessence there that would let us do damage by activating it. We just popped it and nothing happened. Well, we got the buff, but not what we were expecting to happen. All right, give us something good. This is not great, but it's free gold for a little bit. I think it adds to Miser as well. Yeah, so um, I guess from 3% buff to 12%. That's not nothing, and March is great for the fact that we're doing physical damage. All right, so this puts us in a weird spot because as good as the Frost Skull is, it's magical. We've already settled on doing physical damage, but we really don't have another skull that I'd like to use consistently. So, what do we do? I don't know. Keep going, I guess. Hope we find a better skull later. Okay, this is probably the best I've played in a while with these maids, which is not to say I haven't gotten hit, but usually I would take like half my health bar here. We won't say I'm learning though. We're not sure about that yet. Um, I hear good things about Skeleton Bobber, but he does do magic damage, and I'm stubborn. Um, okay, so this is almost, I feel like a must buy on a character like this, so we're gonna buy it. And this is probably worth it too, right? Um, Bottled Embers is good though. Do we really want to? Yeah, we're gonna drop Bottled Embers. Does that give us enough? It doesn't even give us enough. Oh no, it does. We just hadn't picked up the gold yet. Oh, one bug that they fixed that I'm super happy about is when you would change a level, like go to the next level before the skull fragments had gone in your inventory, you would just lose them forever from scrapping a skull. That happened to me quite a few times. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So this still is not a good primary way of doing damage. If we can get the item that throws an arrow every time we dash, like summons an arrow every time we dash, that's when we'll be in a good spot. But for right now, this is still good. Mobility is kind of king for me. Um, Being able to dodge damage that I wouldn't normally be able to. Harpy Knight, can we talk to him fast enough to dodge these fireballs? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's just not, because I can't hold the button down long enough apparently. Um, it sucks, but Fairy Tale's great. So in short, maybe it doesn't suck. We just don't have any any spirits. All right, keep it moving. Really don't love dead air here, but I don't really know what else to say. It's just going kind of well. This is kind of your boilerplate um, run. We've actually had quite a calm day today with Misha at the vet getting spayed. We've had quite the quiet day at home. Nora has been lounging on the couch. It's been quite nice. Um, that being said, when Misha comes home, it's going to be a little bit hellacious because we're going to have to try and find a way to make sure her and Nora don't play too much because we don't want Misha to tear her stitches at all. And she'll be in a cone, which most dogs don't love. Um, so normally we would be saving our abilities here to make sure we can break him out of this. And we should have apparently. It seems like on the first First boss, very easy to break out of the power up. Apparently, not so much on this boss, on the third or second stage. Being able to hit her rapidly in the air is very, very good for us. Biggest problem with this boss. Alright, we did break her shield there. That could not have gone much better. I mean, I'm sure we got hit, but, who doesn't? Um, we're not going to upgrade Hike yet, so... Alright, what we don't want, the parry. What we do want, anything but the parry. I think that is the parry. Okay. That's truly unfortunate. But if you can time it right, you can get an increase in your dash distance, which you obviously, want as this character. Okay, we did not parry there, but we also didn't pay for missing it. So we're very tanky right now. We just need to become more offensive somehow. I don't know why I parried there. Hopefully the audio for this episode's better. We are trying out NVIDIA's broadcast software, which for right now we're just using to dampen the sound of background noise. I'm not going to be so hopeful as to think it's going to stop like the dog barking or anything from coming through, but if it... Okay, so there's a parry. That's good. But if it just helps key clicks or any kind of noise, that'd be great. But I also don't actually know that my audio is coming through because I got the transitions focused in OBS, so maybe I'll look at that real quick just to make sure. All right, it says I'm coming through, so keep going. I'm a little worried though because there's no game sound listed. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Audio. It says desktop audio disabled. We don't love that, so we're gonna fix that by doing this. Apply. Okay. Yeah, so if you haven't heard game audio this whole time, I'm sorry. If I remember, I will go in and throw some music or something over the front of this episode, so it's not just me talking and over silence, but I'm so sorry. Yeah, so NVIDIA Broadcast what it does is quite weird. Basically, it allows you to filter your audio, even the audio you hear from your own computer, through the program. So if someone else has key clicks, it also filters those out for you, which is amazing technology, but probably not something I want to use. And when I did try to use it, it actually... okay, so this is absolutely what we want. We want to shoot arrows forever. When I did try to use it, there was delay, like huge delay. I would basically watch a YouTube video and just be able to notice the delay quite handily. So, all right. So what we could do here is upgrade the archer twice, and I've never seen the archer. I've never seen. Okay, let's be honest. I've never seen either of them at legendary. Okay, that is why. Okay. Does this do enough damage to just be the way we play the game now? Probably not. Is there other items we can get to make that the way we play the game? Probably. Does the arrow that comes from the sky do physical damage? It does. Okay, so if we just buff our physical damage, that arrow will do more damage. Yeah, this could definitely just be the way we play now. The iframes from the dashing is good. And then we just do that every once in a while, and then do this. Oh, this might be the way we play the... Oh, hello, lady. Why? Oh, she's a summoned character. Yeah, this is no good. Trash it. That dash attack charge is still really strong, though, so we still should use that. Then we do have this like diving dash attack. Okay, so it's not super impressive damage, but just the sheer safety of it, it's just hard to ignore that. Okay, you would go up there, you little jerk. Alright, die. We love Predator. and he's got hacks, so I think we have to take him. We have to. Because this is how we're going to shred bosses if Pike doesn't work out. For boss purposes. Pike is still great for defensive purposes. But we'll see. Hello, ladies. So we have full health, a little bit of shield, and the self revive still, which is great. This is still good damage just from the basic attacks. And we just dash through her with the shield in front of us. We might be okay here. Be better if I parried an attack, but she hadn't even readied one. Oh, alright, we have her over here. Might as well do what we can. I actually am less impressed than usual with how much damage that did. Okay, we did parry that. We parry this as well, whatever's next. Yeah. So we have a rare opportunity here to do some damage to the alternate sister. So we're going to kill whichever sister gives us next. Ooh, we deserved to get it there, but we did not. Okay. This is not our best, well, it might be our best performance on the sisters, but it's definitely the best sisters has gone for us by sheer virtue of our defensive situation right now. We did parry that, which is good. We did not parry that. She's just going to keep doing this? I feel like we were short enough to not get hit there, but the fact that we got hit there means that I was either wrong or the game is a liar. It's unlikely the game has any reason to be dishonest, so. Alright. The meme of talking about how good I'm playing or how things are going, only to get hit immediately after, lives on. Okay. That's still... It's not the best performance, but we are leaving it as healthy as we ever do, which is what we were hoping for. Alright. Oh! And then it gives us the big heal for no reason. Ritual Staff is amazing, except that we don't do any magic damage. Or at least not enough to justify it. Okay. So our build by its very nature is defensive. We can't do anything, right? Yeah, need 100 for either one, so keep it moving. Our build by its very nature is defensive, so even if we were deciding to use Predator just for the extra damage, which honestly he might not even do that much more damage, but if we decide to use Predator, we would still have a lot of these defensive benefits that are keeping us alive. Don't know that I love that dive attack. Could be that I'm not used to it, but previously we were using his melee hits in the air, and it felt like those were quite effective by how fast they were hitting. I still hate the melee swings from Predator. I still think they're really weak, but they're not weak. They just swing really slow, even with the attack speed we have right now. I still don't think this is the most efficient way, but it might be the most fun. Poor Carly and all by himself. Alright. Shoulder guards, I think, give, yeah, dash, damage, and decrease. We have to, right? It's weird. I really don't want to give up anything that's giving us... Yeah, I mean... It's probably not the right choice. Fairy Tail's still super strong, but if we're gonna go for the memes, we gotta go for the memes. Yeah, it still takes, like, a ton of arrows to kill these guys when we dash, but extra damage when we dash is still helpful. I think Predator might be my favorite of the skulls that I've used so far. He's not the most interesting for sure, but he is fun. He does a lot of damage. But I really just cannot stand skulls that have a melee attack that carries them forward. Like, No-Cell Pike just kind of stays here. That's what I like. But Predator, he'll move you forward, even just a step. And it really throws me off when it comes to positioning to dodge things, especially on boss fights. Here it's not so much of a big deal, except sometimes you will step beyond the thing you're hitting and, you know, stop being able to hit it. But in a boss fight where, you know, it's not pixel perfect, but, you know, it's still necessary to be pretty precise about where you're standing, a melee attack that carries you forward just can ruin that a little bit. Alright, we parried that. We'll get a health shield from this, I think? Yeah. Just outrange that arrow. Alright. There probably is a world where we can just dash constantly. Maybe we will still, but for right now we'll try to get some actual real life damage on these things. These people. So pushing them in the corner does make it easier to AoE them. It does mean that he gets to block them all with his shield though. Oh yeah. Should we be able to hit him there? Probably not, but I'm happy to game the system a little bit. Okay. Pretty good fight. Nearly full health still. If we were going to change anything, it would be our quintessence, but I don't think we are. Still not enough to upgrade to a legendary, which is truly unfortunate, but... Alright, I think this is where we... We'll kill this stuff real quick. We got the time. Sorry for the just straight up illegible screen action there. There's just nothing to really do about it when there's too many enemies. You just can't tell. Alright. One more, right? Just you? One Carlian soldier against the world? And he's dead. Alright, let's take a quick pause there. You won't notice, but I will. And I'll be right back. Alright. And we're back. Alright. We're still gonna dash here until everything dies or the cows come home. And try to avoid as much damage like that as possible. There's just not enough damage from the dash itself. 14 damage per versus 10 from a regular basic attack. That comes out much faster. It's not counting the arrow, I suppose. And the iframes. So maybe it is better than I'm giving it credit for. And stab. Just gonna keep stabbing. Alright, this will give us enough, and we don't love living armor anyway, so we don't feel bad about not taking it. This might be... No, this is just the Samus bombs that are left behind. What are our passives? So we've got Fortress times 3, which is the shield, which is great. We really want more Fortress. Probably. Yeah, really it's Fortress or March that we're looking for. Which none of these give. Okay. So this doubles and our damage and their damage, which we don't want, obviously. Yeah, I think we're just gonna skip. Well, we might as well restock, right? We've got plenty of money. Healing, magic damage, magic damage. This is actually really good. I don't know if we have anything we'd want to give up, except maybe this. Yeah, I don't know. We've already spent so much money re-rolling, but let's do it again. Okay, so a lot of gold for no payout. Just gonna keep working on figuring out the identity of this run, which, you know, can just be dashing through things. It just takes a little bit longer than I'd like. Nora is now upset because Misha is in a crate after her surgery, and Nora cannot get to her. For the few people who have met Nora, that's an unthinkable injustice. Alright, so we've seen Legendary Ninja. He's good. I'm not good with him. So can we just dash into the wall here? Yeah, and just use this to kill everything when they can't hit us? Extremely honorable. That could have gone worse. The shield from Fortress is really just... it's doing somebody's work. Alright. Chimera. Probably our weakest boss fight right now, as far as these things go, but we'll see. Alright, so we're basically going to burn our cooldowns here from Predator, and then swap immediately, and just dash our lives away. But not like literally, we want to keep our life. So, like, despite the huge number of arrows we're bringing down on him, it's just not doing what we want in terms of damage. I do think it's what we should do when we're dodging, though. Like, we can just dodge into all of this and not really take any damage for it. And we did parry there, but that really only increases the distance that we dash, not the damage. Yeah, the ability to iframe pretty much any ability the boss does is amazing. Just we could do a little more damage. I've never seen that attack. Is this just what happens when you've been in this fight for so long? So normally this is a race. Not with just this boss, but a variety of bosses. How fast can we burn it down before we die to abilities that we just aren't dodging? This is the opposite. This is attrition. But look at our health comparatively. You just can't beat it. Yeah, we almost came out with full health. I think we take this for sure. We need to be able to do more damage, and if we have to use the quickness to get that damage, then so be it. And I think I'm going to let Nora bark a little bit and see how NVIDIA handles it, and see if it'll cut it out. So, this might be a barky episode. I did not mean to upgrade this character. I was completely spacing out. well, Destroyer is great. There's nothing wrong with Destroyer, probably one of the strongest, for sure. So if we can get rid of our gold item for some physical damage, we might be in a good spot. Just wave dash our way to the finish line here. I don't know what that shadow clone was. Alright. I'm just gonna get up here. Fire everything. We don't really want the heal yet, but since we can't really control whether or not we get it, now that we fired our quintessence, we're just gonna take it. So, for anyone who knows me, patience is not a virtue of mine. So we're going to get to a point where I get tired of doing too little damage, and I'm going to take dumb damage in the process of trying to do more damage. And I will completely recognize the irony in that moment, but right now I can just feel it coming, where I'm getting frustrated with how slow things die. This tentacle can be killed. I don't think you need to, but it won't slap a skin if we kill him. Yep. It's a good one. Even without magic damage, it's good, but we're going to keep going with this. I'm in a weird spot because this guy doesn't like to stay active long enough to let us get anything done. But look how much we're just dashing through all these abilities. It's going to be a real tragedy when I lose this run because it doesn't do enough damage. Oh, but maybe there is hope. Alright, we're still going for skulls because we want to legendary the pike dude. Which, you know, should have already happened, but mistakes were made. So we have a choice to make here. And I think it is that we reroll the Pike's abilities because the parry is just, it's not doing anything for us. And there are some self-buffing abilities that you can give Pike to make his dash better. So we're going to do that. Let's see if that helps us out at all. That little spin that he does at the end now that we've upgraded to Legendary is potent. Don't want to reroll Destroyer's abilities. Okay, so we just got the other two. I don't know if it always gives you ones you didn't have, but this lets us dash a lot more, but we lose the invuln on dash, not great. And then forward rush, increase attack damage, and dash distance. We're going to try and reroll again. We have the gold? Yeah, it's so cheap. Okay, I think this is exactly what we want. Oh yeah, okay, so forward rush and charge, absolutely. We'll change this again to the other configuration of buttons. And try that out. Okay. So, item attacks would include the dash attack. So, I think we take this for the gold. Destroy it. We could get enough to get this. What would we replace, though? Probably this. Because we're not basic attacking a whole lot. Will this give us enough? So this will give us 23. And no, it'll leave us short. So maybe I'm wrong. The math is wrong, someone can check me. Alright, so that's without the buff. Now we just do this. Oh yeah. Doesn't last very long, but doesn't really need to. Okay, we aimed... No, we aimed that the right way. Excellent. Fantastic. Alright. Some enemies up here still. It's worth remembering that Pike does a lot more damage from dashes than other characters, but still worth dashing on Destroyer. Alright. Keep chugging along. Dark Paladin, one of my favorite skulls, but does do magic damage, and we do not. So we are basically just constantly keeping the buff up from Rear Blast, which is great, despite its unfortunate name. If we never stop, we never take damage. We can actually dash faster than our weapons fly out. Minotaurus is great, but we don't need him. Alright, this is just going to be an upgraded hero. Oh, never seen the upgraded ninja. Upgraded thief, my mistake. I'm a little worried, because I'm pretty bad. Okay. Okay, we are already doing quite a bit of damage with our Quint already. I truly dislike using the word unkillable, but this is this might be an unkillable run. Even for someone as bad as me at this game. We still 5 bones away. Truly unfortunate, but means we'll have enough next time. We've never beaten the next boss, so here's hoping. Alright, so we kill a wave, the gate opens. Rinse, repeat. Oh, we accidentally killed the lantern by using our quint, so... Alright, spam attack on this, just hit it hard, see what happens. I think it's number of hits on these, which is why it takes so long. Despite us doing quite a bit of damage, I think it's just the number of times you hit it, so no way to speed it up. Could be wrong though. So I don't know what puts the debuff on us. But there's no reason to cleanse yet. Does... Okay, it just looks like he's attacking as he dashes, but I don't think he actually does. Great Skull, but not really useful for us. Just a means to an end. He's immune to damage, right? Yep, we're just attacking nothing. That's alright. Alright, so one of these will be able to be killed. Vulnerable, so to speak. Once again, we're not going to cleanse just yet. Just in case there's something here that puts the debuff on us. Go to the far right here and then we'll race our weapons across and see. Okay. There's still something to be said for just the basic attack. It does proc Swamp, which is a good ability, though. Not one we're using. Man attack is fine. Tactics is fine. I don't know what we would swap this for. Attack speed, I guess? Yeah, why not? We'll lose Swamp, but we're not getting Swamp bonuses, as I just mentioned. It's also worth pointing out that we, Oh, I completely forgot what I was going to say. It's truly unfortunate. Oh, I know what I was going to say. It's worth pointing out that we can stay in the air as well, and basically just fly around until our dashes run out. Like that. I don't think we need this. It's a good weapon, though. Good item, rather. What are you? Berserker? No, thank you. This could be good with the arrow. What's March again? March is physical damage. Yeah. We're not running power on both skulls, just one. I don't even remember what demolition does. So we're just gonna reroll. Yeah, I don't think we want any of that. We don't need to heal. We don't need skulls, so we'll just go in the store here. take some damage there, but it's hard to care when it's just going into a shield. This isn't really engaging gameplay, but can't argue with its effectiveness. I do think the game is a little unclear, because like certain gates can be destroyed, like this one we can break down if we need to for some reason, but the one at the end of this hallway cannot be. Okay, maybe, nope, there it goes. Until we destroy all these statues. We just can't do anything with this one, so. And in the player's mind, it's a gate that's identical to all the others, so some way to code that would be better to look more distinguishable. Alright, so this is probably what we'll take for this. Yeah. And that gives us another stack of Fortress. 25 health per shield. That just regens itself over time. It's pretty good. Originally, my computer was struggling, maybe not my computer, the program was struggling with frame. Even in early levels, before it got crazy like this, it would just stutter. I haven't noticed it as much lately, but it definitely wasn't a hardware issue on my end. So I'm wondering if it was optimization, but it seems to be much better. I haven't had that problem in a couple days. We're kind of just going through the motions with basic enemies here. But we'll see how the boss goes. So we've seen this boss once before, with a run that I would argue did a lot more damage, but we got here a lot faster, it looks like. A lot healthier, and we will have a lot more defense. So let's see how it goes. We are still getting debuffed by something here. And we aren't going to get a fountain to cleanse it until the boss is dead, so we'll just make do. Alright, so those statues are new, but they do go away when she phases. Still have not taken any damage. Full shield. Not full shield, but a shield that will refresh itself. Can we get up here and do some work? Oh yeah, it's chunking her. Good 15% of her health or so. This is where we just dash until something bad happens. It doesn't look... It looks like the arrow is sitting at the bottom there, or on the tentacle even. Just really unfortunate, because that is a lot of our damage when we're dashing. Okay. Whirlwind a little more dangerous. Okay, so the arrows are hitting her when there are not other targets. I don't think I've ever seen these little clones, but... Okay, that's good. I feel like something's speeding up the cooldown of our quintessence as well, but... I don't know what it is. Alright, that's our first time killing that boss. I don't think it's the last one, though. She's purple. That can't be a good color. Alright. Lots of health. Infinite bone. Actually, surprisingly, probably not what we want. Yeah, it's kind of hard to justify it, really. I think we're exactly where we'll lose a stack of fortress, but could it be better to have the cooldown reset itself? Yeah, let's try it. I don't think it's a choice that's going to make or break our run, really. So these are those vignettes, those Korean vignettes. From a Korean dev, no doubt.
아픈 다리로 열심히 도망쳐봤지만 추격자는 결국 소년을 따라잡았어요. 소년은 결국 지쳐 쓰러졌고 저는 인간들의 일에 섣불리 관여할 수 없는 절 용서하시길. 여기서 그때 갑자기 소년을 공격한 인간이 공중에 매달렸어요. 마왕님이었어요. 마왕님을 발견한 인간은 공중에서 흉측한 모습으로 마왕님은 돌아오지 않는 저를 찾으러 오셨던 것 같아요. 마왕님은 빠르게 달려가 소년의 상태를 확인하려 집중이 잘 되지 않았어요. 그 순간 그가 등장했어요. 그는 소년을 끌어안고 우리를 향해 우린 오해를 풀고 싶었지만 왜 소년이 용사가 되려 하는지, 왜 용사가 모욕을 당했을 때 소년이 소년은 용사의 하나뿐인 아들이었답니다.
Spoilers. What a twist. Alright. Now's the moment. I didn't even see what the name of that unique pike was called. This one is called Pikeman Captain. Okay. So, dashes are considered attacks, basic attacks are considered dash attacks. When dealing damage by dash, it amplifies dash damage by 30% for 5.5 seconds and the gauge charges. When it's charged up, enhanced dash for 10 seconds. Fantastic. But it doesn't look like we can do it without enemies. And it does seem to slowly fill up. And it does stay between swaps, which is great. Alright. New areas. Those statues were pretty underwhelming. We're already at a shop. That's a little worrisome, honestly. Okay, this is great. This is just better. Probably the hardest hitting quintessence in the game. Can't really say no. This is just a boss immediately. Nope, more statues. It's a little disappointing. Maybe I would know what they do more if I wasn't dashing at all times. Oh, okay. this lasts a while. It's worth having. It's a pretty boring last level if this is all there is to it, really. Let's have that second hit on the dash now that we've upgraded to legendary. Yeah, this is pretty good. There's no reason not to use this, I guess. Oh, that does have a distance. Never knew. Are these all going to come alive and make it difficult for me to attack? Nope. Why is he so happy? Not this time, buddy. I think this is going to be a boss that we can just dash through forever, which is kind of disappointing. But this is top level gameplay. We don't even need to use Destroy here. I really just swapped for the, not memes, but just the sake of swapping. Did get hit once there. I don't know how to dodge this. Apparently we did it though. Anime dash through his sword. Okay. That's cool as shit. And his health bar. Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to beat this without literally being invincible to damage. Okay, that's cool. Kind of in awe of the artwork. I don't really have anything to say about it except that this is cool as shit. This is the kind of boss where it makes you wish that this was the actual main character of the game. Like, this is who you could be. Alright, we are taking some dumb damage, but it's worth remembering we do still have our self-revive. Okay, it's a little sad. Oh, okay. It's just he's just the coolest guy ever. He's every anime protagonist ever made. Nora, huh? Nora, we're trying to have an emotional moment. Stop it.
눈을 떴을 때는 용사의 일격은 버틸 수가 없었나 봐요. 쓰러진 저를 마왕님이 마왕성 간부들이 한 곳에 모여 대책 회의를 시작했습니다. 그날의 일을 그들은 꼭 목격자인 평화 협정을 맺은 지 얼마 되지 않아 기다렸. 그때 먼 발치에서 작은 스켈레톤이 걸어. 그렇지만
Oh,
불쌍한 소년.
okay, that's a good twist.
인간의 삶은 끝이 났나 봐요. 다들 말하곤 하죠. 하모니아의 많은 모험가들은 마왕성에 도전하는 것을 인생의 목표로 삼는데죠. 마왕님은 스켈레톤에게 조심스레 다가갔어요. 추워 보였. 그리고 그의 머리에 손을 얹었어요. 친구가 스컬.
All right, they got me. I'll admit it. Too good. Take a quick screenshot of that. All right. Now, can we play as the Demon King as like a skull? So this is the setup for DLC, hopefully, maybe.
이 다음은 여러분들이 아시는 대로입니다. 초대 용사는 모두의 예상을 깨고 마왕성 최상층을 폭격했습니다. 그러나 잔혹한 인간들을 처리하고 그들이 여신이라 착각한 괴물을 물리치고 마왕을 구한 또한 마왕님은 더 이상 마족과 칼레온 사이의 전쟁은 초대 용사도 이룩하지 못한 위대한 일을
I feel like if you're going to name your continent Harmonia, you're not allowed to do that until you actually have peace.
수많은 모험가들의 목을 치고 구국의 영웅을 죽인 또한 그를 비극적인 운명 괜찮을 거예요.
Alright. Well, that's it. That's the whole game, start to finish. We'll still play some more. We'll still get some more episodes in and check out the more legendary skulls and things like that. But really, we're just excited for more DLC. Hopefully there's more to come. More skulls, for sure. I think those asterisks are because their names are not appropriate. I assume these are all Patreon people? Or not Patreon, Kickstarter? Both? Alright, well, we'll be back next time with hopefully another episode. Like, comment, subscribe, etc. And check out Hitman. Posted the first episode today, there'll be more to come.